found the kids. Other accuse him as Loch Need for Sunkener, dope in Stocknob, or a trained Nord Wogan's Campton, with complexion of blushing dolomite fanned by all the own breezes, what never saw his bedstead fire, and never met his swigamore, had his ignomen from premassignation of being Master Milchdew, queerest man in the benighted queendom, and Adcraft agent how he found the kids. Other accuse him as Loch Need for Sunkener, dope in Stocknob, or a melting moult after rheumatism, purely simply Tammy Ratkins. The curds have copped on the Berberotters and their Berowines, even while she's hauled beggeds off before all his natters in the cold Betty's drail. No good, not one souse. They white-liveried ragsops, 2 whales of the Sea of Deceit, they bloody blabstard shooters, 3 dromedaries of the sands of Caledonia. As is noteworthy is to shock his hind, or griefed on them. Such Ascors and their Ruperts they are putting in for more Oscars is all false liarnos. The frockin' horrid victims, horror firm is again simply lot of Carsons. They would lick their lenses before they would negatize a John Petter from his soda lights. In his contrary and unreality, which Bishop Babwith bears to his witness in his justification of villainses, this Mr. Hare Assessor Nelson, of sore state hearing, diseased, formerly with adenoids, then feed all lighty, lacks the great change of retiring family buckler, highly accurate in his everythings, from 10 cents cooper to bargain basement, live with household of number 7, wide awake, wound about, walking bets weakling, in black velvet on Georgian mission, since mangy years, his rear in the lane pictures, blanking same with aught and annexes, and got a darling baby boy bucktooth, the thick of a gobstick, coming on ever so nurse's nursely, graces to goodness at 81. That why old Park's up excited about his gunpowder. That why a crazy Aztecs and the crime ministers preaching him mornings and makes a power of spoon victuals out of his proverbs. That why he persona erecta, glycorom and arsenicful femornizer, for a trial by Julius, in celestial sun hat, with 2 purses agitating his theopot with wacklebout shake, rather incoherent, from 118 to 118 this young shy gay youngs. Simply for infusing up pretty tipidities to lock up their rain daisies and be nice and 20 in the shade. Old grand toucher up of young poetographies, and he turn around abrupt red all frumpishly, like here sour tin of falls, some make one noise. It's his last lap, gigantic, faring wheel. Revelation, a fact, true bill, by a jury of matrons, hump for humbleness, dump for dirts, and to make a long stony banner and wholly show a perfect sight, his thing went the holy way right up Saffrogate Street. Het me too contrast Foga, his fiery goose mother, loutsy doutsy, woman who did he tell princes of the age about. You sound on me, judges. Suppose we brisken up kings, meet the mem evenly, all viviparous out of a couple of lizards. She just as fenny as he is vulgar. How lassoever her latest, still her saw logs come up all standing. Sing a psalm of sexpeens, apocryphal of rhyme. His cheek mole of Aleph, forever ever her all in all, and his Koran never teacheth her to be the owner of thyself. So she not swap her ecotium for Howden's castle, England, Wales, but be the alliance of iron on his flamen vesticle, the fibule of broach bronze to his winter mantle of Quantifox. Who not knows she, the Madame Cooley, spa wife to Laird of Manor, when first come into the pictures more as hundreds elsker yards of Annams call away, factory fresh and fuming at the mouth, wronged by Wembed Nugget, McGrath McGreeth, he takeable a rap for that early party, and went forward Annie Mama and her fiercely bustles terrified of mere gnomes and mountains, and fury bound to be back in her mighty Betty. She fated all souls at ping pong, and gets a pan in her stomach from the peel of Allers in their poor war. Yet Jack dictating all around her about his poorliness, due to panelism and grime, for that he harboured her, when fen soul, a Zoravan lord, and given her general, and led her in ancient consort room, and bound her durant coverture, so as she could not steal from him, os her or damon, so as if ever she is believed by check and Bruce death, since both was parties to the feed, his Hetman McCool foots the funeral. Meanwhile, she knew for him Jason, from her Elma's alms dish, joined her and China, as senior as B. Brandes, with Foley Signor's tira romanchi, to fischel the ladwigs out of his lugwags, like a skittering kitty scattering hails, when his favourites were all beruffled on him, and their own undesirables gesticulating. It was such a blowish day. Wind and wand and wild, like winch and wind and wanton. The why if he but would bite and plug his backy pipes, and renounce the Devlins and all their puns, and keep the steel workers out of the plague, and nettles his milk from sickling the honeycomb, and cop Ulo Bubo selling fouty treats, she would make Massadinas with her savonier dealinch, and dedicate her nut-brown glory cloak to Maid Berenice, and hang herself in Osman's towns and Megans, and make no more mewurage before Mahatmas or Mussulmans, but would undulate her sugar-loft hat from Alpolieri with a Vivbazelja and a Clamas Tapotria, like any purple cardinal's princess or woman of the grave word, to the papal legate from the Vatican, Monsignor Rabinson Crucis, with an ass of milk to his cowmate and chilterlings on account of all he quacqueducts for the honour of Rome, and the nations abhorred him, and what mezzo scudo to St. Percy Aureli, that gave Luis Marius Josephs their loyal divorces, to be offered up misses for votes for widows. Here, O world without, tiny tackling, backwoods, be wary, dainty trees go Dutch. But who comes yon, with pyre, on pole top, he who relights us spearing torch the moon? Bring live branches to mud cabins and feast at the tents of cedar, Neomini. The feast of Tobernigglers is at hand. Shop, in his foil. Timper tells the bells, in sing-a-ging sang-a-song, for all in Onslusby. And the hag they dame name Coverfew hists from her lane, and haste, 'tis time for bairns to hail. Chick childs come home to roo, we chick childs do, when the wild war wolf's abroad. Ah, let's away, let's gay, let's stay shade with the log fires burning. It darkles, tint, all this our phenomenal world. You marsh pond by Woodmark Verge is visited by the tide, Alve Marea. We are circumveiled by obscuridad. Man and bells freedom. There is a wish on them to be not doing or anything, or just for rugs, so cold. Brr, defcoleon, and bzz, colus pures. Ha! Where is our highly honour-worthy, salutable spouse founderess? The foolish one of the family is within. Ha! Huzur, where's he? At house to pity with Nancy hands. Chi-chi, hound through the maze has fled. What ho? Isgram under lolling ears. Far war, and wheaten bells by breathless. All. The trail of Gill not yet is to be seen. Rocks, drops, up bend down dell, a craggy road for rambling. Nor yet through starland that silver sash. What eras Orion? Lang gone late. Say long Shiloh, Silum Silo, Selin Selo. A moon? Ark? No? Naught stirs in spinning. The swayful pathways of the dragonfly spider stay still in weedery. Quiet takes back her folded fields. Tranquil thanks. Adieu. In Deerhaven, embraced, alleged, injointed and unlatched, the birds, Pomalisa too, quail silent. Too, Luther, Luther, was savon erewhile, now come the same, as Lord the Lowan is short-sized. The time of lying together will come, and the wild ring of the nick till cockle-doodle aubins are over. Panther monster, send leave our load tomorrow, while Luther sleeps. Elephant has sung his triumph, great is Eliphas magistrodontos, and after knee prayer pious for Behemoth and Mahomet will rest him from tusker toils. Salam, salam. Rhino horn is not so pig fellow, but him is gone worse. Kiki-cookie, up adorn, so beast, no chair of beagles, frantling of peacocks, no muzzing of the camels, smuttering of apes. Lights, page boy, lights, brights, we'll be brights, with help of Hanukkah's lamp. When otter leaps in outer parts, then you remembers May, her hung-made moans are blooming. Look, to greet these lows on coast of amethyst, Arklow seafar seaman's lure, and Wexford Warnerforth's hooker cookers. And now, with Robbie Brer Fox's fishy fable listened out, the threads in what torn, and knots in its arguments, the Pesciolinas in Lifietta's bowl, have stopped squiggling about Juno, and the walk, and Feria Quintaism, and Pebble Infinibility, and the position of the holy course. And if Lovinaboher laid his horker to the river, save the Gregargo and Deberdin, going on in his mount of knowledge, he would not hear a flip-flap in all Finiland. Witchman, watch of your night. His woes, his nose, not woes, gaze known. It goes. It does not go. Dark parks are cool with sucking bloods. Rosamond's by her wishing well. Soon 10 in 2s will stroll adventure and hunt by trees, strut musketeering. Brace of girdles, brass of boys. With the width of the way for Jogjoy. Hulker's seekless elbow nonsense. Hold hard. And his dithering, daring waltzers of strife. But meetings make not as forsay. Esperon. And if you want to live mouth Wenderer, while Jensen's weed decks Jackson's island, here lurks bar helpel hulpul the bell, non-iron welcome. Ding, bong, bang, bong, thunderation. You took with the muddy grubs, and we lack mulsum? No, Sirree Bob, great goodness no. Were you merely Queen of Scots, or but Cressy the last? Our duty to you, Chris, royalties, what? How Matt your mark, though Luke your Joel, here's dattle-bellied mugs and trouble-bedded rooms, and sawdust thrown in expectoration, and for ratification by specification of your information, Mr. Knight Tongue-Tapster Buttles, his ale crews up to his hip. And what's the like seas after all rinsing, and don't miss cake, home swab homely, put in with the bricks. A's the sign, and one's the number, where Chaviour Chaser calls the cup, and for him stands the stirrup. The out hoist by the Kierkegaard. So whoever comes ever for whoopee weeks must put up with the Jog and Chambers. But heed, our 30 minutes war's a lull. All's quiet on the feld of glory. Between the Starfort and the Thornwood, brass castles flammed with mutton candles. Hushka, a horn. God was Mountop, God is El. House father calls in threateningly from Brandenborg Thor at Az's Arthur, in thundercloud periwig, with lightning bug a flash from a finger. My souls and by jings, should he work his jaw to give down the banks and hark from the tomb, and see Oza pokes in her pot still, to souse at the soft be suddenly now, and to hear to all the bubbles be saying, the coming man, the future woman, the food that is to build, what he with 15 years will do, the ring in her mouth of joyous guard, stars astir and stir about. A palace for hers, a saucy for hers, and ladle like spoons for the oner. But Ein and Twee were never worth 3, so they must have their final since he's on the roll. Et la Paul Leonie has the choice of her lives between Josephinus and Mario Louis, for who is to wear the lily of Bohemie, Florestan, Thaddeus Hardress or Miles, and lead Raptivity captive. Ready, like a fillet affair. Now for la belle, I see la belle. The campus calls them, Ninan, Ninan, the Gatling gang. Childs will be wise, 'twas told, and vamp, 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 the girls are merchant. The horse-show magnate draws his field, and don't the fillings fly? Educande of Sorrento, they knew now well their Vico's road, are ranked in their array and flocking to the fray on that old Orandre, Dolly for these are not on terms, they twain, bar crosses, since their battle of Waterloos, when Adam left us, and the devil took our hindmost, gifting her with his pain apple, nor will not be atoned at all in fight to no finish, that dark deed doer, this well-willed boor, jerk off an itsu, yam or yan, why Felix is who Culpus does, and harm's worth healing, and Brune is bad French for Giordano. Tiggers and tuggers they're all for 10 zones, Becklin braves, for she must walk out, and it must be with who? Tees for him, toes for him, toss for him, too, else there is danger of solitude. Postly introducing Jeremy the chase-knot coulter, the flowing pal that brooks no brooking, runs on to say how, as it was mutuality foretold of him by a time-killer to his face-maker, Velos Ambos and Arubia Nichts, with their tails within wheels and stucks between spokes, on the hike from Elm Street to Stane, and back, how running a wage with the use of reason, 6, and ramming amok at the break of his voice, 6, his last halt was set for getting the best hold of his Jugendhugen, for control number thrice was operating the subliminal of his invaded personality. He nobit smorfy and go poultry, and let all the tongue gang bola del ruffo, Bartone knew him more, eat larto altruist with most perfect stranger. Boo, you're true. Who? I'm true. Menti caneti simmering homo mavron kerio. Teapotty, teapotty. God knows, anything ruined, meaningless. He wept in the room. With such a tooth he seemed to love his wee tart when a by. Highly more morning he seed before him, Melaine from nape to kneecap, though wide from her girders up. Holy San Alto cursing saint, sight most delicious to ross up the spyballs like exude of marjorie. And how him it heavier that ire him brust, and they bear falls witless against thee, how slight becomes a hidden wound. Salt water he wash him all time, big fellow bruisey place belong him. He no want Mrs. Blong, all boy other look bruisey place belong him. Hence, it will paineth the chase not in that where of his wents he had loseth his once for every, even though mold grow more and more mainrich, and the tarara boom decay. Immaculacy give but to drink to his shirt, and all skirt-to-scorters must change her tunics. So warred he from first to last, for band and betweenly, a smuggler for lifer. Lift the blank, be feared as pale. Split the wide, and eye sees him. He knows what he's seen it in black and white through his eye trumpet trained upon jennies and all that sort of thing, which is dandy mount to a clear obscure. Pretty maid tints may try their taunts. Apple, the candy, custard, dove, Eskimo, Fairgrow, hematite, isinglass, jet kipper, Lucille, mimosa, nut, oysterette, prune, quasimodo, royal, sago, tango, umber, vanilla, wisteria, x-ray, yesby, zaza, philomel, the rose. What are they all by? She. If you nude her in her prime, make sure you find her complimentary, or on your very first occasion, by Angus Doyson and all his pitchins, she'll prick you where you're proudest with her unset eagle eye. Look shot, she's signalling from among the asters. Turn again, wistful tone, Lord Near of Dublin. Arise, land under wave. Clap your ling with your palate, drop your jowl with a jolt, tambourine until your breath slides, pet a pout, and it's out. Have you got me, Alice Sloper? My top it was brought Achilles'